this, they've got their boxing stance. Notice the back leg is still facing outward a little bit. This is going to be important because as we start practicing our punches, especially punches that are with the cross or the uppercuts, you're going to have a pivot. So I'm going to get them to pivot to kind of show what that looks like. So it's almost like you're putting out a cigarette with the ball of your feet. So the knee is turning inward, and that's going to give you the hip rotation that you need for power. All right, now with their hands, their lead hand, okay, in this case it's going to be their left hand, that's going to be their jab, okay. Point of contact is always going to be the first two knuckles, okay. So when they throw their punch out, you're always going to be making contact with these two knuckles, and it's important to do that to minimize any kind of chance of injury. So they're coming back to their face, and when I say jab, or the way that I also teach is by numbers, and so I'll throw out a 1, they'll shoot it straight out. They're aiming with the first two knuckles. So jab, good, jab, good. It's important to breathe. All your power is going to come from oxygen, so if you're not breathing, you're going to get winded super fast. Jab, good. All right, cross is the same thing. You're still going to be aiming with your first two knuckles, and it's still coming out, but this time I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see the foot rotation. So with their cross, they're going to be pivoting that foot as they shoot their right hand out, and this is your power punch. Cross, good. Okay, so learning technique. Anytime you got a new student, they're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. So as a teacher, you don't want to point out every little thing that they're doing wrong because they're not going to be able to remember everything. Try to pick one, maybe two things that you can really focus on. So in this case, they're fighting somebody directly in front of them. So I want y'all to deliver a cross and then hold your arm out. Cross. Okay, so see how I've got student A who brings it straight out in front, and student B went over to the side a little bit. That is a natural reaction that comes from years of doing a lot of cardio boxing that you'll see on television. They tend to over rotate, but unless you're fighting an opponent that's like 15 feet wide, it's unlikely that their nose is going to be over here. So this is kind of the start of what we call shadow boxing. You're going to pretend like you're fighting your own shadow, and a great way to do this is to do it in a full length mirror. So I want you to bring it back to your face, and I want you to visualize that you're fighting an opponent directly in front of you. So if you're going to hit them in the nose, your aim should be roughly around the same place as your own nose, okay? So we're going to start with a jab and then a cross, okay? Jab. And that's fine. They're going to get confused, and that's okay. Jab. Good. Jab. Good. Jab. Good. Cross. 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 Good. Okay, I'm going to point out another technique, and this was good. So looking at student B, when she delivers her cross and it goes straight out, okay, so her aim should be up where her shoulder's a little bit higher and she is protecting her head a little bit more. So when she is doing her cross, it's almost like her shoulder is protecting her face, okay? So when she's delivering her cross, so cross, straight out, perfect, good, okay? So you always want to do that, because always keep in mind that anytime you deliver a punch, you're opening yourself up for a counter punch, all right? So when I say go, you're going to give me a 1, 2, go. Good, make sure you're breathing, go. Good, okay, I'm going to zoom out because on that cross, they should be pivoting their foot, okay? So jab, it's not critical to pivot. Cross, it really becomes important later, especially as you get more advanced. Go. Good, okay, and I want y'all to really twist that knee inside to get that hip rotation power. Just think about it like you're squishing a bug or putting out a cigarette. Go. Good, I'm going to zoom in on the feet so you can see that really close. Go. Perfect.